Okay, so that might be something that you haven't seen before. I just pulled this big old power station out of this backpack, but this backpack was made for this power station and vice versa. So yeah, this backpack is the Bluetti Handsfree 2, and I partnered with Bluetti for this video to show you this backpack, which is quite frankly one of my favorite backpacks to use when I'm just going camping or traveling, hiking, whatever, and I need power, but also I need a way to carry my devices, my electronics, my cameras, my drones, my clothes, and all that stuff fits in this bag. But first, let me put this power station back in the bag. It has a dedicated compartment in the back here. So you simply just slide it in, and then you do have a couple of straps here at the top to help keep it locked in place. And then now you do have this other little flap here that you can pull down, and it does have some Velcro to give you some extra storage on top of the power station. And then now you can zip that up, and now this thing just looks like a regular backpack, but it does have some power on the inside. So on each side, you do have a couple of flaps here that unzip, and this will give you access to the ports and things on this. And I like to just fold these one more time, and now you can just go ahead and put them under the strap that's dedicated for them. And then now look, I have access to the power button. I can go ahead and turn the power station on, and now I have access to this colorful and bright display that shows me the input and output power, also how much time I have left depending on what devices I have plugged in. It'll let you know how long this power station can run with that particular load. And also you do get some buttons here on the bottom. So DC is going to be for like the USB ports here on the bottom. So when you do want to use those ports, you need to press that button in, and then the AC button will turn on the AC port that's on the opposite side of the power station. But back on this main side, you do have two USB-C ports. Both can deliver up to 100 watts of power. And then also you do have two USB type A ports. In total, those can deliver 15 watts. And then below those, you'll find the input for solar panels. So you can plug in a solar panel. It supports up to 350 watt charging with solar panels to be able to get this power station charged up and ready to go when you are out in the woods or something. And Bluetti does sell a solar panel that can actually attach to the bag itself, and it just hangs off of the front. So now when you're walking, it'll be able to gather in that sunlight and charge the power station at the same time. Now, this does lead us to maybe a concern that you might have when it comes to having a power station charging on the inside of a backpack where it's all enclosed. Well, the good thing, again, as I mentioned before, you can have these straps open while you're walking around and just using this if it's just sitting down on the table like I am, because the cooling vents are going to be exposed, so you get that really good airflow coming in and out of the power station. But let's say a light rain does start, or maybe you're walking in some very thick brush where branches might scratch up your little pretty power station here and you want to keep it nice and clean. Well, you can actually drop these flaps and zip them down, and the power station can still get some airflow because you do have these little holes that are kind of scattered through this, and that allows ventilation to come in. But Bluetti designed this to have an overhang over those airflow holes, which is nice. So if it is raining, it will kind of drip down and go over those overhangs. So that is nice. So this means that it's not going to be completely waterproof, right? But Bluetti does also include a rain cover that is actually in the waist belt when you first get this bag. So you'll be able to go ahead and take this out. And they chose a very subtle color, right? I'm lying. So this thing is super bright. So you definitely shouldn't lose this. But yeah, you can put this on the outside of the bag to kind of keep it covered when it is raining. But before we get to the rest of the bag, let's talk about some of the specs of the power station. So it does have a 512 watt hour capacity. It does have 700 watt output, but it does peak at 1200 watts, just in case you maybe have like a hair dryer or something that does pull a lot of power initially. And the power station does come with a 5-year warranty as well. Now, when it comes to recharging the power station itself, the AC or the wall input does support up to 600 watt charging. So in 45 minutes, you can go from 0 to 80%. And if you want to go from 0 to 100%, it'll take around 1.3 hours. And I believe solar charging will get you back up to 80% in about 2 hours or so. And then if you do want to use a car charger or a cigarette lighter inside of your car, that'll take around 5.8 hours using a 12 volt port. But if you are using a 24 volt port, that'll take around 3.1 hours. And the power station can also be used as a UPS backup. So it has a 20 millisecond switchover time. If the power goes out and you have some devices plugged in and you have this plugged into your wall outlet, it'll automatically switch over to power those devices. All right, so that's enough of the power station. Let's get to the real star of the show, in my opinion, and that is this bag that is designed to carry that power station, but also other stuff. So it does come in this one single color. It's a nice looking blue, but I do wish they did offer a black color as an option. But let's start from the outside and work our way in. So on the front here, you do have 3 pockets. You have a zipper pocket here at the top. Then also you can unbuckle these, and now you have access to this bigger middle pocket right here. And on the outside of this pocket, you do have these loops here where you can hang stuff off of. And then on the bottom here, you will find another zipper pocket pocket here. And this has some other little smaller pockets on the inside to put pins and other loose things inside of them. And this also does have 2 water bottle pockets, 1 on each side. And then also on the back here, you will find with these shoulder straps, which are actually pretty comfortable, you do have a couple of loops here where you can hang maybe a flashlight or something else off of that. And then you also have this right here, which accepts the kind of traditional GoPro or action camera mounts. So you can mount your GoPro or something on the front of this to be able to capture some footage while you're walking around. Now on the back here, you do have this breathable fabric right here. So this helps when it gets hot and sticky outside. And you do have some cushion back here as well. And then the waist belt is down here below, and you have a couple of pockets on each side of the waist belt. Again, the rain cover comes already in this pocket over here when you do first get the bag, but you can put your smartphone and other things inside of these pockets. But one improvement I do want to see with the next version is to have this waist belt be removable, because I don't always use it personally. And so I would love just to be able to remove this thing off of it, but you can kind of like strap it down and cinch it down. And I've worn this backpack with the waist belt like this, and it actually wasn't uncomfortable at all, but still I do wish I did have the option to take these off. But now let's go ahead and unzip this bag and get to the first compartment here on the front. So right here, you see that I do have some clothes right here, because you do have this little bit of a compression strap right here that you can put some clothes and other things in, and then you can cinch it down to make it nice and tight. So it's not going to be moving around when you are walking around and stuff. And then underneath all of these clothes, which I'm going to take out now, you do have a couple of more pockets here. So I have like a shirt up here, and then also I have like some tissue, some soap if I need it, and also some underwear in this pocket. On the inside of this section here, you do have 2 more pockets here. This one is really big, so you can use the space up here alongside some other things down here. And up here, I do have the cables that come with this bag. So you have the AC or the wall outlet charging cable, and then also you do have the solar panel cable. Now, just realized I haven't talked about the capacity of this bag. So this is a 60-liter bag, and right now it's in this most compressed state, but you can actually expand this first compartment here. So you can go ahead and unzip this all the way around, and then now, boom, look at that. You get extra depth here when it comes to this particular section here. So again, if you do want to pack even more clothes in this, you have a lot more space to be able to do that. And for me, easily, I think just by utilizing this extra space and also the pockets, I can carry 5 days worth of clothes in this particular section myself. But now let's go ahead and zip this back up, and the zippers are pretty good as well. These are waterproof zippers. But now let's get into the main compartment of this bag, which I'm using right now as my Starlink mini storage station here. So I have my Starlink mini right here that allows me to get internet basically anywhere that I want. And then I also do have the power cable that comes with this sitting right here. And I do have a little Beat speaker right here that I use to listen to some tunes. But yeah, you can put anything in here. This is really good for electronics and camera equipment, because it does have some dividers here that you can move around a little bit. There's a little customization with it. But one thing I do want to see in the next version is to have the Velcro and stuff actually go along the entire length of each divider. So I'll be able to really fine tune moving the dividers around to really fit my particular equipment perfectly. But still, the way it is still is just fine. Now on the inside flap of this main compartment, you will find a laptop or a tablet sleeve here. And I have been able to put my iPad Pro and my 15-inch laptop inside of this, and it is going to have some padding as well to keep those things protected too. Now, Bluetti has added a security feature right here, just in case you are carrying some expensive technology inside. So you do have a lock here. It's a 3-digit lock, and you can customize it to whatever 3-digit code that you want. And now you'll be able to just go ahead and lock the zippers for the main compartment inside of this lock. So look, for a company that actually doesn't specialize in making bags, I think Bluetti did a really good job with their first attempt. I believe it's their first attempt. So you do have some, flame retardant material as well, just in case you are worried about, any type of safety issues as well. The material does feel very nice and durable. I've used it for a little while now outside at the farm and camping and stuff, and it's held up pretty well. And you really just have a lot of space to carry a bunch of stuff with you. But the main thing, of course, is going to be that power station on the inside, which is a game changer, because again, I'm using this for my Starlink Mini, but just in case I am carrying my drone out or other cameras and going somewhere where I'm going to be off the grid a little bit, I have a way to be able to charge all of that stuff up and not have to worry about bringing in smaller battery stations and taking a long time. This power station can quickly power those things up, and I just feel very confident in this being like one of my favorite tech to go bags right now. Now, the normal price for the bag and the power station combo is going to be $599, which isn't bad, but it's right now on sale for $399. So check out the link down below in the description of this video. It will take you to Bluetti's website where you can buy this bag for yourself. It's a really, really good bag. Even with Christmas coming up, if you know someone who likes to go on hikes and stuff, this actually might be a pretty good present. And oh, Bluetti also makes a smaller version of this bag. So it's a smaller bag with the same design and stuff, but it also has a smaller power station that's made for that one, where the specs are going to be, you know, a little bit less than what this power station is, but it is going to be better for people who have smaller frames themselves. So that's called the Handsfree 1, and that also will be on their website. But this Handsfree 2 is the one that fits me the best. So I'm really liking this bag. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. And like always, I do want to thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.